Hey everybody, it's Tim again. I just wanted to come out to you guys with some information I went through this morning, which is the new Tax Inflation Act, or what are they calling this? The Inflation Reduction Act. And I just wanted to go through some of the numbers to see how they would pertain to me, how they would pertain to my clients, more of the Americans that are paying taxes. Just because we've heard that, it's going to only be for people paying over $400,000 and things like that. So I just want to see if it's going to affect little people like me, because I'm I'm in that tax bracket. But anyway, let's see who it's actually going to affect the most. All right, so here are the changes that are huge. Individual taxes extends the limitation of the pass-through business loss enacted in 2017 Jobs and Loss Act for 2 years through 2028. Now, in my opinion, this is actually a really good thing. What it does is basically allows some of the small business owners to keep these tax cuts that our their administration put into place in 2017. And so I think that's not a bad change. It's basically like a 20% deduction off of the business income that they would normally pay normal income taxes on. Okay. And it also extends healthcare insurance premium tax credits provided in the American Rescue Plan, including allowing higher threshold income to qualify by boosting their credit down so that they meet a lower tax bracket. I don't think that's good. It imposes a 15% minimum tax on corporate book income over corporations with profits over $1 billion, effective for tax years beginning after December 31st, 2022. And the reason why I keep stressing that is whenever they had talked about this as a Build Back Better bill, they talked about making it effective, like pushing it back. Well, this is definitely saying it would be after, December 31st. So January 1st, 2023 tax year. All right, so it also create a 1% excise tax on the value of stock repurchases during a taxable year of net issuances of stock effective for repurchases after December 31st of 2022. All right, so other tax proposals are going to extend and create a variety of tax credits for green energy efforts, particularly through 2031 or 33. It raises the super fund on tax on crude and oil and petroleum to 16.4 cents per barrel, indexed to inflation, and increases other taxes and fees on fossil fuels. Significant proposals really aren't modeled with the IRS yet, but they do plan about $80 billion in funding. They say that's going to bring out some 87,000 new agents. It's going to impose a 95% excise tax on drug manufacturers to lower their prices. So I guess that's what, a price control? Or, what else could that be, right? Here are my takeaways and my thoughts. The worst impact is going to be that the 15% corporate tax minimum is likely to reduce GDP over the long run or our economic growth due to even worse economic inflation, but also it'll constrain productivity and the capacity of the overall economy. What does that mean? Well, simply put, it's going to make us less competitive because corporations now are going to be taxed higher, so they're not going to be able to afford to pay us more unless they raise prices, which means more inflation. See how this spending spiral just kind of gets out of control? Now, they said it wouldn't impact most people making under $400,000. Okay, so how does this impact you directly, right? This just sounds like a bunch of mumble jumble. Well, certainly they're not going to increase taxes on people making under 400,000, right? It's just everybody making over 400. That's what they verbally said. But this bill puts an additional 87,000 IRS agents to go after so-called the billionaires tax. So how many billionaires currently are there in the U.S.? Well, it's just under 1,000. I think 927 to be precise. So do we really believe that 87,000 people are chasing 927 people for an audit? Let's break it down in just simple math. You have 10.3% of working Americans that make $200,000 and over with a median income of $407,000. Okay, you have 8% of working households between $150,000 and $199,999 with median income of $176,000. Okay, you have 63.7% of median or of household incomes that make between $15,000 and $100,000. So here's what I did. I went in and got what is the average income. Let's just throw out the median income because that takes that high numbers and the low numbers and it distorts them so that they can get different looks at, at it from a macro economist standpoint. So anyway, we're going to look at the average income. The average income of those in the lower tax bracket, the lowest tax bracket, meaning the 63.7, is $65,836 per year. Now, 63.7% is approximately 21 billion taxpayers, and if they increase the taxes on those folks by just 1%, which I'm sure is going to be a lot more than that, that's $658 in taxes each year, times 21 billion people, and the math is, you get it, the math is big. Or we just take those top earners and we try to squeeze the same amount of money, which is almost trillions range, the same amount of money from them, but they have more resources and legal powers and accountants and small business owners do. And that they have the funds that we just don't have to afford. So my big takeaways from this are this. Make sure your taxes are in line. At the very least, each tax year is at least filed. If you can't afford to pay someone, if you do owe them and you can't afford to pay them a big chunk right up front, just make a payment plan with them and move on. Sometimes they'll do that with $0 a month. They'll work with you. Now, one time my CPA told me it's not illegal to not pay your taxes, but it's illegal to not file them. So at least get them filed, and if you owe them, get on a plan. Number 2, plan now if you are a small business owner that owns an S Corp. Talk to your CPA, because I'm not a CPA or a financial advisor. I'm just a mortgage broker that loves to study this information, and find out if there's anything that you need to do to maneuver now to take advantage or to see if there's any advantages for you. It seems like there are a few. And then number 3, this is kind of a crazy one, but move companies more often, because studies have shown that people who leave their job every few years are more likely to make more money than those that don't. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Anyway, I stayed up and did all this work. I just thought I would put it out there on YouTube and share it with all you guys. If you enjoyed what you heard, you like my perspective, don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube rhythm algo thing, and subscribe so that you'll get my future videos on finances in the future. All right, everybody, have a good one for now. I'll see you in the next one.